up with my boyfriend. Only a week after that, for me to be bleeding maggots down my vajayjay, it smelled and it looked disgusting. I was horrified, terrified, and I didn't even know what to do. Story time. So I have known my boyfriend just over a year. We were friends before we started dating. I moved to his city to hustle because both my parents passed away. I was being raised by my grandmother who went blind as well. So this is the reason why I had to move to the city that my boyfriend is, to hustle. When I moved there, I didn't know anyone, but I went there with the intention that God would provide. When I saw him, I approached him and I asked him for money to buy water. Then he gave me the money and I started sharing my story with him. He also told me that he is an orphan and he lives in a 1-bedroom room. He knows that life is very difficult, but very soon things will get better. He took me in and he helped me. I started selling things and this is how we both have been managing. Anyway, one thing led to another. We started developing feelings for one another and this is how we started dating. But he has always had the mindset that he is going to become very, very wealthy one day. I told him that with the hard work, consistency, God will see us through and we will get there. But then he fell into the wrong hands, which is, I'm talking about wrong group of friends. These friends had a lifestyle I didn't understand where their money came from, where their wealth came from, because their background is a poor background. Anyway, I told him to be careful who he hangs around with because not all glitter is gold. One day, he came back home looking all flustered. He was acting very strange. He looked nervous and also angry and agitated. I asked him if he had like an argument or he had a fight with one of his friends. He told me nothing, but things went worse. Then he started avoiding sleeping with me. I thought maybe I had done something wrong, but he said he's just going through so much. So I gave him the space. Then all of a sudden, he started acting very lovey-dovey. Out of nowhere, it was like a switch that was switched in his head from being this cold, negative, angry guy to this lovey-dovey guy. Anyway, that night, we were very, very intimate because it had gone weeks without us being intimate. I was so happy that I had finally gotten my boyfriend back. But then, after that intimacy, he became distant again. He started acting even more strange and weirder. I started to panic, but tell me why. After a week of me sleeping with my boyfriend, I started to have a discharge down there. I thought at first it's an infection, but tell me why there were maggots coming down my vajayjay. At this point, I knew this is not infection. I could not bring myself to tell my boyfriend. He didn't even care anyway because he wasn't at home all the time. I kept on postponing it and I didn't go to the hospital. One day, I was out and about and there is this guy who is mentally unstable. I am always like,